some of the newer airplanes like the B-25 and the C-337 Skymaster, I actually have a stall warning, either visually or a stall horn goes off, like on the 337. So get up in the air, throttle back, and go ahead and pop the pull the nose up, and you'll get a stall warning, and that'll be a stall. The nose will drop, and you can practice those and then try doing landings. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about Sculpt Studio now. I'm going to go ahead and set this over. Okay, how many people have used Sculpt Studio? Okay, Sculpt Studio is a way for you to create sculpties in Second Life. Sculpties are really something you need to be doing because the technology is changing, and even though normal prims are still useful, you're going to want to create sculpties if you want to create products that are going to be lower in prim and with a good level of detail on them. The level of detail is actually up to you as the builder. You want to have your LOD settings. If you go into advanced on your menu, I want to talk about LOD settings first. Let's go into your advanced. If you don't know how to get that up, it's Control-Alt-D, I believe. Yeah, Control-Alt-D will toggle that advanced menu up at the top. I want you to go to debug settings, and then there's a little arrow there, and you're going to click on that, and then you're going to get a myriad of settings that are going to show up. What you want to do is you're going to go down to where it says render. Let me find it. Render volume LOD factor. Okay. Has everybody found that? And if you haven't found it, then go ahead and continue looking for it, but you'll see render volume LOD factor. Now it defaults, I believe, to 1.25. You need to increase that to at least 6. So go ahead down there where it says value, and you can either use the arrows or you can go ahead and just delete what's there and put in a factor manually. Either 6 or 7 or even 8 is fine for that. Then it won't matter how far you are away from the sculpty, it's going to maintain its appearance. You know, you can be a sim away and you'll still see that sculpty like it was intended to be seen, providing you have your draw distance set properly. I'm keeping my draw distance down for this so that I can move around freer without getting lagged out. Okay, so what do? We bought our Sculpt Studio, and we've already copied everything into the inventory. And one of the things that you're going to see in there is this mat. It's basic Sculpt Studio. I have version 6 I'm using, and it comes 10 by 10. I've just reduced the size down here because I needed a little, a smaller area for what we're doing here in terms of a demo. So you go ahead and put this on the ground. there's some other things that you may want to do. You may want to set this up, and there's some definitions on how to make it so that you can set it up with your own frame inside, so that everything you make has your you as the creator. But there's another way to do that, and I'm going to show you that as well. Okay, so if you click on the base, then you're going to first thing you're going to do is you're going to see a drop down menu. It's going to say your workspace is empty, and the menu you're going to see is create HUD, map sim. That's used if you want to create a map of the sim. I won't show you how to do that. It's easy. The next thing is the texture, which you can change. Notice I've changed the texture on there if you want. I'm going to try to set this up so that it's in the middle of the show here so everybody can see it. Okay, now you can actually take that into your inventory, and that's what I recommend you do. I'm going to delete mine because I've got it in my inventory. So I'm going to delete this one. And you can create any number of those. They'll just pop up there all day. But if you're looking for it, type in slice in your inventory, and you're going to see there'll be a slice RC HUD there, and go ahead and wear that. And it's going to pop up on your screen. Now you can move it right, left, up, down. I usually keep mine over on the left-hand side of my screen. This does a lot of things for you and makes life easier, so you can track the Sculpty slices as you're going along. So go ahead and keep that. Now you want to, as soon as you res that HUD, you're going to want to go ahead and touch the mat, or the base, if you will, of Sculpt Studio, just so that the HUD communicates with that particular mat, because you could have any number of maps out at one time. I know there are some people that have as many as 4 or 5 going at the same time, and you certainly can do that. But when you're working on a particular mat, you must click on that base and then just click ignore after that, so that the HUD will communicate with that particular mat. Is everybody? So if you kind of create your project out of prims first, gives you some idea of how many slices you're going to need. Now we have a beginning and an end to this project, so I know I'm going to start thinking about how many slices I need. And you also have to think about texturing, because you're going to have to texture this object, and you're going to need more slices. The more slices that you have on here, the more detailed you can make your texture. If I just put the slices at the top and the bottom of this wing, then it's going to stretch just one texture across that one space, which on a Sculpty map or on a texture map would be very, very small and stretched, so it would be very difficult to put much detail on there. Okay, so we want to go ahead and make this wing, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on the base again, and there's something called res options on there. You may want to check the server or clear the server, and if you've been doing a lot of projects, go ahead and clear the server. You can also change your password there as well, and that's important so that other people can't get a hold of your stuff. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go ahead and res slices. So we're going to click on that. It says res slices. Now there's a whole bunch of different types of slices that we can